We also have there's some weed news around the state fair too.
Whoa.
That I was actually kind of interested in to talk about today, and I just looked up and there was some new news a few days ago. So, I was interested if you could smoke weed in the state fair now, like if
Shout
they
out to
would
Northern
allow it
Chill.
in the smoking areas. But it says smoking, including the use of e-cigarettes and vape pens, is permitted only in these areas, which is each designated smoking area consists of a bench and a receptacle to safely deposit spent cigarettes. Marijuana smoking is prohibited throughout the fairgrounds. And then the next article says former Minnesota Governor Jesse Ventura says he's boycotting the state fair this year over management's decision to not allow cannabis, which is now legal in the state of Minnesota. They're not allowing on the fairgrounds. Ventura shared his criticism on Monday, noting that it doesn't make sense that other substances are allowed on the fairgrounds, but weed is not. So let me know in the comments what y'all think of that. Like, I mean, people smoke weed at the fair all the time.
I'm standing with Jesse Ventura. I'm taking a stance.
I'm with him.
Yeah.
But
I need the food, so I'm going to the fair.
But
I'm taking a stance with him. I'm not boycotting.
He said I'm boycotting in gratitude.
Oh, me, I'm supporting the stance by going to get a meal.
He said I'm supporting it by getting a meal, but I will still tell them how bad that I want to smoke it.
I might burn one for him out around the fair.
Right before I leave.
People smoke weed in the state fair all the time, but then to still technically not allow it is weird, because I mean they're not going to stop you unless you're like smoking in the
no, they're not going to
at least go out the way.
People smoke in the fair all the time.
He also noted, he quoted, you can go over there, get smashed in alcohol, go on a ride and throw up all over everybody because you've been drinking. That's perfectly fine.
Facts.
Yeah. I'm not going to attend out.
But you obviously can't be belligerent or else.
No, because you're still going to get arrested. That's why they have the cops there.
They will definitely get your drunk ass out of there quick as hell.
Because what's that called? Like, public intoxication. Yeah, that's a.
And the thing is, the more it's interesting
because we don't even have an open carry law in like opening bottle law, and technically you're just walking around with drinks outside.
That's why they give it in the plastic.
It's a fenced-in area.
That's why they give you that plastic joint.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, and it is technically private property.
Yeah, it is like
because it's in Falcon Heights.
Yeah. So it's so weird. There's so much like nitpicking around that, but I mean, if the state fair organization says they don't want it, they don't want it, and I mean, it could change in recent years, like for sure.
See, like progress in the weed culture dynamic. Because I mean, I'm guessing they're just thinking in their mind they don't know how, quote unquote, how pot smokers act in massive scenarios, I guess, because we haven't had it technically legal for enough time to see that in Minnesota business wise.
But I think even just the easiest observation of if we let these people get high, they're probably gonna buy more food,
literally,
but they're not gonna buy alcohol.
Literally,
like they'll buy more food, but maybe not alcohol.
But
so
I mean,
that
shouldn't even be a problem.
But really, what they need to do is they just need to be selling weed.
Drinkers drink and smokers smoke.
They need to be selling weed and selling pens and selling
or allowing vendors who will pay them to do that.
Yeah, I mean, every vendor pays to be there.
So they do.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
I do remember
so that's how they would get their
year,
back end off the weed.
They did have like a lot of obviously like the CBD kind of stuff and shit like that. I feel like once we get to actual licenses, which won't come till next year, like then they might reconsider the ability to sell weed at the state fair, because one, that would be an amazing form of income for anybody who is involved in that type of shit. You sell gas to somebody from northern Minnesota and they remember that they had the best gas that they ever fucking bought from you at the state fair. You're up. You're going to create forever clients, and you're just going to make so much money in that 2 weeks. It's just like the staffing. I was going to say the staffing
and the ability to even supply this shit. You got to have that shit on
You gotta
deck.
You gotta have pounds.
You got to have 50 bowls on you. Like,
you're going to need pounds for the state fair. And I mean obviously it's a learning experience.
100 bowls,
it's going to be a learning experience though for a lot of people too, because like obviously pricing is going to matter. All that type of shit is going to matter. Taxes, they're going to have to figure out all of that type of shit. Like, so
do we have taxes on our gas out here?
Yeah, for sure. That's the only way that we would have even legalized that shit. There ain't no way we legalizing no type of shit.
I'm just thinking because like we only got like a few stores out here in the schmutz.
Oh
right?
yeah, they're paying good tax.
I'm just trying
like
to see
in Red Wing and like the
because I know like we went to Chicago and you buy like a 3.5 and they'll be like, "Oh yeah, this is
Yeah,
$60," and then you go to the register, it's $100, and you're like, "Oh shit!"
Yeah,
So I'm wondering, is our
tax.
taxes is like that, or is it like
every
some Vegas shit?
Every state is definitely different. I don't know exactly the percentage that will go with each sale, but it's definitely going to be high for sure. It's gonna be high.
Because Chicago out there splitting
Detroit was,
wigs.
or
People
Michigan
don't even
was
buy
low.
Zyde
Michigan
to
was
dispose
cheap.
of
Michigan
Chicago.
was very
Yeah,
cheap.
cheap.
as weed becomes
Like,
more legal,
Vegas
when you
is
can
cheap.
sell it,
Oregon's
I would
cheap.
love to see there be like dispensary booths at the state fair in Minnesota. Like once we can actually like open up dispensaries out here, and then maybe they'll have their own weed smoking areas like in the back of their, or like on the side of their booth or something.
Our
like,
tax is 10% of your gross receipt. So whatever your total is,
So
10% of
That's
that.
not bad.
That's
compared
not
to other
horrendous.
places.
No, it's not horrendous. It's really not.